Okay, nice. I think I can use my phone since like my laptop might be not able to actually work with. Wait, let me send also. Okay, here. So basically we're gonna like introduce a bit about the bootcamp. So before anything else, is there anyone here have um you know check any events that we have in the past? Sinigiri from Philippines also. Maybe you can type in. Anyone here from the Philippines? Ayan. Can you type in if you are? Maybe type in if you are. And then also, this is actually going to be our second community call. So let me probably share some bit of information about the bootcamp. So for a while, let me also show the presentation. All right, nice, nice. We have a lot of people here from the Philippines. So amazing. So I think we had some bit of technical difficulties, but now, right. Okay, so yeah, okay, I think we can now share our screen. So basically, we're gonna like introduce a bit about the entire bootcamp itself, and also we're gonna like share like how OpenGuild is now being introduced also in the Philippines. So, home, for example, first time natin to also join, we're gonna be introduced about that as well. So, we have been in the blockchain, like already type in if you are already from the blockchain as well. Can you type yes if yes? Have been joining events, have been joining some kind of like bootcamps as well on the blockchain side. So maybe type yes if yes, so if no yet. But if hindi pa, okay, yeah. So let me also, okay, ayan. I think we can start. Yep, I think okay na. So I think we can, yeah, let's just wait for the slides to show. Okay, meanwhile, while we're waiting, let me also send this. I think this would also help to kind of like understood like what will be the expected like topics to be discussed also in the bootcamp. So I shared a link on the chat. Um, if in case you haven't checked that out, so this is gonna be like the topics that we're gonna be exploring throughout the bootcamp. So check that link. Yeah, I think that would also help. All right, amazing. So yeah, I think we can now see the screen. Okay. So for the Open Guild, so we are actually a community for trying to also elevate the builders across the Southeast Asia. Wherein, for example, you're from Vietnam, either Southeast Asia countries, especially now that we have in the Philippines. So this is gonna be the second community call where we're gonna be talking about like different topics about the Polkadot ecosystem, like how to build, how to actually like try to make your own applications on top of the Polkadot as well. And of course, going to the next slide also, um, let's try to like see more. Actually, we have a lot of events, so including if you have been joining some of the I think before we have lots of videos as well recorded for introductions sa Polkadot itself and how we here OpenGuild building out that for the Southeast Asia as well. So in the Philippines, this is gonna be our new, I think, event that we're gonna have every month as well. Next year, also big one is on the hackathon and also the bootcamp. So let's go to the next slide. So of course, just to give more context, so I attended actually one of the conference at Bangkok. This is the Sub-Zero Reset, wherein we've met a lot of like developers across different countries, whether they are from Southeast Asia, yung iba kasi din from America and other. I've met also from France, Mexico, and one thing we have in common there is that a lot of like builders in the community already building on top of it. And what I've noticed there is more drive also for the Philippines. And I think the good chance here also for the bootcamp. Like, I know many of us here maybe type in if first timer ka or beginner in blockchain. Maybe type in first time if yes. If hindi, type expert. Ayan, or beginner or intermediate. So I could know if may mga beginners dito. Because basically the bootcamp will cover all across the, even if you're beginners or and before that, maybe type in anyone from our community. Yeah, I think someone is typing also. Yes, beginner here. That's nice. And how about the others also? Are you also a beginner? Are you also intermediate? So if yes, this is gonna be good. So basically in the Sub-Zero, it tackles different things like ano ba yung mga na-built on top of Substrate. Like I've seen a lot of like founders also where they built their entire like experience inside of it. And some of it are actually existing na. People are using it na. And based of that, I see that how about if we put it in the Philippines? So that's where we're aiming for. And the next slide, showing there also, we're gonna show some pictures as well of what looks like on the Sub-Zero. So maybe we could go to the next. Ayan. So I actually met some developers too. I think at first, this is actually my first event with Polkadot as well. And it actually made a lot of sense na across different countries of the world, we're building out many things. And from there, I think we can go to the next slide itself, just to also see the many more of the things there. And of course, if you notice, ayan, if you notice, some of the best, I think, part I love about the Sub-Zero is that many of the hackers are also there. So for example, even if you're a beginner, even me also started there with many things I've learned. I get to actually, understand more. And also I yeah, actually see on the pictures, right? The lot of developers, you can see there may mga laptops also, and we have them talking with each other. And it doesn't matter if hindi ka pa nag-blockchain in the past or if you're new about it. So this is also a good thing because I get to actually see different applications and also yung mga parang bagong advancements about it. And many of it came upon that on Sub-Zero conference as well in Bangkok. And of course, there's going to be more also next year. So that's one of the things that I've learned a lot about it. Ang daming builders. We have a lot of builders, and I wanted to have more for the Philippines. And with that being said, I think one of it is the bootcamp. So anyone here have check it out? Maybe type yes if you actually check out the bootcamp itself. Let me also probably share that. I think we can open the link of the bootcamp itself. Let me just send it again so that we can also see it here. Ayan. I think going through that, I think we can use the link, Miss Pat, for just going through about the guiding as well of many of the bootcamp topics. Ayan. So as you can see, we have here starting from Rust. So if you, for example, you haven't done the coding related to Rust, you can do so. Here you've seen here introduction. So we start from guiding it from here. So we already have some resources already in Rust beginners. Also, we have part here for Polkadot SDK. So many of it are tackling different sections. So kunyari, you wanted to apply it for a certain applications or existing projects na meron ka ngayon, you can refer to the topics here. So in the context of the Rust, since it's gonna be the backbone of all of the topics here, mas better before the bootcamp itself, feel free to check out the resources that are actually added on the website itself. So makita niyo yung Rust beginners, advanced Rust. So when you go to all those information as well. But of course, no Rust also on the bootcamp. It's just more of the context as well to have some understanding of many things there. So medyo maganda sigurong starting part there. And next also is the Polkadot SDK. So if you go to the Polkadot SDK part for building blockchain with, yeah. So I think we've seen here all the context, including the substrate. We have more on the breakdown of the node architecture, building substrate node from the machine from scratch, and many more. So actually, dito medyo beginner friendly in the sense that we are not covering like high level, I think high or advanced part, but rather showing at least one examples of use cases. And another here also is the section 5 here, so more on mga applications or intermediate side na. And when you check it as well, we are also showing some of the Polkadot VM uh, applications there or topics. So you can see here the understanding the other topics here more, and also the virtual machine. Actually, for smart contract, I think that's also one thing to introduce. We will cover Solidity. So if in case may makakilala, I'm not sure if anyone here are using Solidity. Maybe you can type in if yes. Or I think have heard it. Maybe you can type it. Yes. So basically, right now for the bootcamp next year, we're gonna cover Solidity. So for example, if you are a blockchain developer, have used Solidity before, that's also one cover. So basically, we're gonna combine together Solidity, Substrate all together in the Polkadot SDK as well. And of course, combining that two, we can build more applications related to it. So we can actually scroll down to see here, we have introduction to Solidity. So for example, first time mong mag-interact with Solidity for smart contracts, we have that. We also have all the type under topics of that as well, yung mga smart contract structure, if it's your first time, data types, and also function visibility. Next is also Solidity on PVM. Ayan, din ito pasok yung Polkadot VM as well, on both together working on that. Next is also more the deployment. So basically, at the end of the bootcamp, the goal here is to actually build your own example or application with Solidity and Substrate as well. And of course, the part of it already is the Polkadot SDK and the VM itself. So that's why we actually mentioned that there gonna be a hackathon at the end of it as well. So which means that after you finish all the bootcamp topics, which we're gonna be mix of actually, I think online, no, Miss Pat, also online, and also we have some on site as well for any kinds of like interactions with others. So I think we will have also on Cebu next year. So that's one we're gonna have for. And of course, the end of it is of course to build more builders of within the Polkadot ecosystem through OpenGuild in the Philippines. I know that's gonna be a big uh, I think opportunity to put more Filipinos on the international space as well to build and be like ship products like on top of the Polkadot as well. And I think lastly is to cover here. We have a price for that as well. I think it's actually around 500,000 in peso. So that's gonna be for the winners of the hackathon itself. So if ever you have an ideas that you wanted to explore with, you can do that. And also more, I think more discussions are gonna be, leaning into how we can start with it. So I think that's actually pretty much on the, high level Polkadot overview of the bootcamp. And also, I think just to give more on the next slide as well. Um, of course, I know you have some friends or any classmates or anyone colleagues that are wanting to also shift on the Web3 space through the Polkadot as well. And of course, in OpenGuild, we advocate that for Southeast Asian people, developers to join as well. So you can give them the link and have them join as well to see, baka there's gonna be the opportunities for them to open. And I think another thing, Sigur, if you have any like ideas for hackathon, feel free to start it with it during the bootcamp itself. It's going to start on January 2024. So more details about that will be gonna release as well on the social media as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to do that. And of course, we have WebT Bulacan here. So maybe we can invite WebT Bulacan to also give more context as well on what we're going to happen for the bootcamp itself. Can we ask to join it? I think we have here. Yeah, we can also invite one of our partners as well for this bootcamp. It's actually WebT Bulacan. So they're one of the WebT Filipino communities here that really drives for education around WebT. So they're one of our people na very, very advocate for this. So maybe we can call them on the stage as well. Michelle, you can also give like a very short intro about it also. I think we can, ayan. But you can also type it if in case. Ayan. Or I think we also have another one, which is Bitsquela, one of our partners for the bootcamp. So maybe, oh yeah, I think we can invite as well to speak. Let me, all right. Yeah, let's invite to speak. Can you also invite them, Mr. Valor? Hopefully you can. Let me see if you can speak now. Ayan. I think we can also probably you can also type Miss Michelle and Mr. Valor for that one. Just for everyone to also see you as well. Yeah, I think amazing. So I think let me see if we can invite. I think Zoe. Zoe. Yeah, I think she's here. Okay. Hi. Can you hear me?
Hi guys, JC here, also known as Valor, CMO and co-founder of Bitsquela, and we're one of OpenGuild's partners. And yeah, we're just happy to share and partner with OpenGuild for a lot of educational initiatives actually in the Philippines, along with the bootcamp and hackathon promotions. We have lots of community activations happening in the Philippines, especially when it comes to onboarding Web2 developers to become Web3 developers as well, starting with their own first smart contracts. And we're just very happy to be here. If you guys don't know about us yet, we're a leading Web3 education brand here in the Philippines. And if you're just a beginner or maybe you're a founder, you're also a builder like us, it would benefit if you wanted to learn the fundamentals, everything from the ground up on how blockchains work, on how crypto works, and whatnot. I see a few beginners here, and I'm just glad that more beginners are joining in our calls and in our spaces. And yeah, if you guys want to know more about our initiatives, please feel free to follow us at Twitter at bitsquella.com, at bitsquella. And of course, if you guys want to learn more about our initiatives with Polkadot and OpenGuild themselves, you can know more about it on our articles at bitsquella.com. Thank you so much, guys.
Nice. Thank you so much. Ayan. So that's for our one of the partners of OpenGill as well on this bootcamp. And let's also invite Michelle. Let's give her a stage to speak. Okay, all right. So I think since we already know about Beatsquela and of course our one of the partners is Web Bulacan, so they're gonna be very visible on that. So if you will join one of the bootcamps or sessions as well, you will hear from them. So thank you so much for that. I think before we go on, can we have a Q&A probably if there's anyone here have any questions about the bootcamp itself? Any questions or we're good? Ayan, I think everyone is so excited. Oh yes, when is it happening? Of course, it's gonna be in January, of course. And specifically, another thing pala, before we go into revealing the dates as well, we have more specific Polkadot Academy that you can also join as well. If in case you wanted to join together, if in case both of them, you can do so. Of course, it's happening on also on January. So the bootcamp for Philippines as well is going to be in 2025. So specifically, we will release that more dates, January 10. Of course, for terms of the prices, we will tune in more with the details about it in terms of the hackathon. So yeah, I think any more questions aside from it about the process, I think, and any questions? I think we have one question here. But anyways, before I think since no questions naman, but just to give more background, so who can actually participate? So in this context naman, anyone. So if you're actually students, professional, if you're actually been in the Web3 space already for many years and still you wanted to learn about Polkadot PM as well, you can join across that's one. And of course, any questions again? Um, Ayan, meron na, I think there's a question here already. But yeah, I think I should answer the questions. In terms of the requirements of the bootcamp, so much better. As I mentioned a while ago, it's good to actually have knowledge about the Rust itself. If you have used before at least yung Solidity, that will be also good. But it's nice naman. It's a good to have, but you can learn it during the bootcamp. That's also one. So if you have actually experienced before, let's say JavaScript or any kind of like programming languages as well, you can also do that. Also for pero main recommendation as well for those who will join is to have knowledge and Solidity. Okay lang kahit not really proper coding, but if you can learn fast it during the boot. So I think we have lots of Filipino developers also that can also join here because of Solidity as well. So yeah, I think for the Rust itself, okay lang if wala. Just one, you can also use for now the Solidity as one of the coding requirements as well. Any other questions that we could probably answer during the bootcamp as well? Okay, so probably someone's gonna ask here, like, will the sessions be recorded? Yes, it's actually being prepared now for the recording. So if in case, for example, um, you weren't able to join the one of the sessions, but you want to make it up, you can still do. Just we will provide also the recording of that sessions. Just make sure to also join, even if because right now we're gonna be have some Q&A during the session, so pwede mong i-ask any kind of related about it. So yeah. Yes, Michelle. I think someone raising their hands, but yeah. Okay. Any other questions? I think someone is typing. Baka may magtatanong pa. Okay, I think we don't have any questions, but since we covered, so for the it's all for everyone. So make sure if you have any knowledge on Solidity, please do so. Whether it's in beginner, intermediate, or expert, please join. If you wanted to learn more about how to integrate one for Polkadot SDK and VM as well, all together for your applications as well. And of course, yeah, I think any more questions? If none, I think that's pretty much actually. I think we cover all the things for the bootcamp itself. All right. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everyone. And see you on the next community calls. That would be hopefully next year too. So please join the bootcamp, invite your friends, and of course, colleagues, anyone you know that would love to join as well.